meeting of the Let me restart. Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Greenwood Economic Development Commission. If you would stand with me as we do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Could I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Goods?
Here.
Mr. Hill?
Here.
Mr. Spindler?
Present.
Mr. Merrill?
Here.
Ms. Jacqueline?
Hopefully Jacqueline will join us in this long. Thank you, Stevie. First order of business under new business. I sent the meeting minutes from our last meeting out to everyone a little bit earlier today. I want to see if I can get a motion for approval of those minutes or if there's any questions, if we can get those answered. I move to approve. Can I get a second?
No, second.
Any questions, John?
No questions, thank you.
All right. All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand, if you would, please. Approved,
Do you
second.
have an electronic meeting policy to allow a member to participate electronically? I don't have a copy of anything. Have you ever adopted, sorry to interrupt, have you ever
You're fine.
adopted an electronic meeting policy that allows participants of the commission to participate by electronic means of communication?
I don't believe we have.
You mean as a commission only?
The Indiana open door law requires boards and commissions and entities to adopt a specific electronic meeting policy to allow members to participate electronically. One of those requirements, if you have the policy, is all votes have to be by roll call vote. The not adopted that policy, then members are not to participate by an electronic means of communication.
How are we gonna know we did it? or not?
I don't remember honestly, China, because whenever COVID hit, remember, even with the
Yes. When
common
everything,
council,
there were emergencies declared, then by law, there was a declared emergency and it was permitted. They made exceptions by the executive order to the open door law. But now, there is not a declared public emergency. So after that, the open door law was amended last year and said, if there's not a declared public emergency and you want to have an electronic participation, you have to adopt a policy and then follow that policy. And there are certain things in it that are required.
okay, I know since last year, we haven't done that.
Okay.
So
Then
advice?
Is that really Mr. Merrill?
Yes, John Merrill.
I can come over. It'll take me about 7 or 8 minutes to get there if you need me to.
You have a quorum of
We-
folks, so that is up to you. But
John,
we
if
can't
you're
allow
okay,
them
we'll,
to like vote and participate electronically if you don't have a policy.
understood.
Go ahead, Randy.
I was gonna see if you, I'll save you the drive if you're okay with it. We have enough to approve the minutes if you're okay with it.
I'm fine. I'll just listen and not vote then.
All right, thank you,
Yes.
and thank you.
So should we adopt the resolution then?
We're
Well,
gonna have
we'll
to at some
probably
point.
put a policy together for you to adopt at your next meeting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Do you have one already for other commissions?
Yes, we have adopted it for most boards and commissions in the city.
Okay, so you're gonna,
We will prepare one and
Okay.
present it to you for adoption.
and it'll be the next meeting before we can do that?
Well, it's your next regular scheduled meeting, or if you want to call a special meeting just to do that, that is entirely up to you.
Okay. Well, what, our next meeting, not sure what, December?
Yeah,
I don't think we need a special meeting for that.
because unless there's something that comes up between now and December, which I highly doubt, we won't need it.
I think John could be here if he was needed to be present.
Yes, I could have been there. I just have a meeting right after, so I elected Zoom, not realizing it's going to create an issue.
Understood. Thank you. All right, so we still have approval from the three that are here, so I can move to the next item of business.
So
Go ahead, sir.
you've offered them to create that for us, is that right?
Yes.
Yes, present it to the next
I
meeting.
will prepare it and we will circulate it to you by email so you can review it and see if you have questions or whatever before you get it to a meeting.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is the invoice for the chamber guide. Molly, I assume you're gonna present to us.
Well, we talked about this ad in January and you approved it at the time. The insertion of the ad, we have gone with instead of a full page ad, we're going to run a half page island. Partially due to cost, but partially due to the fact that if you run a full page ad, there'll be no article on that page.
Sure.
Half page island forces the publication to have editorial running on the same page. And so more people tend to read an ad. If they do, we had about $1,200 budgeted. This ad cost is just under 1,000, $964, I believe. And Randy, I sent you the invoice yesterday.
Mhm.
So all I'm doing is
Seeking approval
asking
for the
you
night.
to submit it.
Yeah.
For payment. But it doesn't have to be paid. The publication comes out in December, in mid-December, so it doesn't need to be paid until mid-December.
Understood. And Stevie, I can sign that and send it to you or whatever you need from me in order to have it submitted.
We already approved it.
I believe you did in
January.
your first meeting, the 3 items that I work on were all approved in January.
Greg, any questions?
No.
John, do you have any questions?
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. Anything else, Jared? Do I need a motion on this?
We already approved.
Yeah, we already approved it. I will take care of what needs to be done and get that taken care of. Okay. Got two comments from the commission. John, anything you want to bring before us or talk about?
No, I'm sorry, I have nothing to bring forward, thanks.
Thank you. Greg?
I have nothing.
Jerry?
The only ones offered from Elise last time that gives information about the process and the method for people to request EDC funding or grant approval. And we're hoping an update or a report from her this week.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Elise Bowling
Oh,
offered
Elise Bowling
at the
is,
last meeting.
I don't think we ever announced, Elise Bowling is no longer with our legal department.
Okay.
She has taken a different position elsewhere, which is why you see me. I've never introduced myself. Some of you know me. I'm the city attorney. I'm Shauna Prince, the city attorney, which is why I popped up today.
Nice to
And
meet you.
And I think that your question is, how do people ask to get on a distribution list? Or is that what you were
Yes.
asking about?
Because she had sent us something prior to the last meeting about following the process, so we asked her at the last meeting what that was, and she was gonna find out for us.
So the open door law actually says if you want to be on the distribution list for public meetings, you are to file a written request with the city clerk in January of each year, and then your name is placed on there, and then you will get notice of all meetings, every single meeting, EDC, on the council, for person safety, etc. You could, if you wanted to, have a policy of your own where on your on the city's website, EDC, you could say if you would like to be on a distribution list, let us know. And then you could add people. They could always call and request, and you could always acquiesce and let them do that. But the official way is annually, whoever wants those notices is to file a written request with the city clerk, and she places them on the distribution list.
Okay. This came about, Shauna, because some of us were reaching out to people or organizations, asking them if they had anything they wanted to bring before the council or the EDC. And we were not slapped on the hands or anything, but we were told we couldn't do that anymore.
You're not supposed to go soliciting
Yeah.
business, but if, so the people know you meet and not what you're trying to do, you could look at what is on the website, under boards and commissions, EDC, they have a little, we have a section on the city website that says who the members are, kind of what you do. If people want to see meetings, agendas, maybe there's some more information you could put on there or a link, it would say if you would like, how to contact you, certainly do
I
that.
think that's what it was, wasn't it, Jerry? We were trying to find a way for them to submit
Yes.
to get before us easier because the
It's
city
not obvious.
website right now is not what I would consider friendly to,
User friendly.
people
How would-
outside.
So how would we request some additional text or information on our page?
The city has a contract, I believe it's Hirons, that puts things on the website.
Well, I mean, I have access.
If you look at, some boards and commissions have more information about them than others do. So you might want to take a look at what the EDC has and look at making a change to what is on there.
So basically, most of our boards and commissions have agendas and minutes.
Mhm. I see those there.
And
Are there?
they say who the members are or sometimes how to contact them.
But it doesn't say
Certain
how.
boards, like the stormwater board or your board of works and safety, there are departments that actually handle all of that because they're part of an approval process. So typically, CDS will take in things from the Board of Works and Safety or the Department of Stormwater Management for the Stormwater Board. So that's very clearly explained, but someone like your commission, there's not, you are like the Economic Development Department because you're the commission. We could look at maybe something that could be added.
And we were also looking for a way if it can be done. It was just discussed that if they wanted to come before the commission, click a hyperlink, whatever it is, whatever they need to do to get on the agendas or who they need to talk to, whoever it may be. Because it's very cumbersome right now. You have to go through like 3 pages just to find some simple information on us. You find out, yes, who we are and what we do, but it doesn't really tell you a lot about the process to get before the EDC, what our full function is, and what we can help, especially small businesses in Greenwood or others, how we can help them. It just doesn't give a tremendous amount.
Well, we had a public attendee last meeting from the Parks Board and asked us how to go about requesting financial support through the EDC, and they're like, I don't know. We weren't sure how to answer it, so at least offered to get that answer for us.
What we do is like very limited thing,
Mhm.
as sort of defined by statute, so I mean, we can look at what's on there and how we would maybe give out more information.
And like I said, if there's something that, even if it's a link to another place where they click and it takes them to where they, I don't know how they do this, how they get on the agenda. Do they fill out a form? I know the mayor's office contacts us directly, but others, how would they go about the general public if Bob's Burgers down the street is needing to be before us, something about the Grow Initiative or anything? How does he go about doing that? Because it doesn't,
Grow Initiative is managed, well, the smaller ones through the Greenwood. Yes.
well, even that aside, I was just using that as an
Yeah,
example,
as
like
an
anything
example.
that they need
Well,
to
that's
do.
what I'm trying to figure out. I'm not sure.
It's just something that's come up a couple times, especially with the last meeting, that we don't know how to answer the public when they say, how do we get on your agenda?
I know we had people come before us in years past asking for some funding or grant money, so I don't know how they ended up on our agenda. So it's there. I wasn't an officer at the time, so I don't know how to answer that question when someone would ask, how would they come before us and request any funds? Other than just show up. Is that okay? They would ask,
Walk on it.
well, our next meeting is such and such date, just come. That's sufficient. Or like you said, there's
Quarterly, anyone that shows up
statutes.
at public meeting, and they could just, you have on your agenda, other items, I would assume, any business.
Mhm.
People would stand up and ask you what they'd like, but know in advance.
Right.
Thank you. Other questions? John, you have anything?
I do not. I apologize. I've been muting. Make sure you don't hear any background noise, but no, I don't have any. I do agree with the need to make that a more user-friendly process, but
Right, if there's nothing else, I'd like to have a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Did you move the adjourn?
Yeah.
One of us did.
I second that motion.
With that, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.